Shout out to ECU Vibes for reminding me it's been 9 days since the last live. Today, we're going to be talking about why I turned down a $2,000 photo booth rental event. This isn't to flex here. It is to flex. I am flexing. I am flexing the fact that I don't have to take jobs that don't make sense for my business or follow under the way we do business, and I'll get into why I turned it down and the details, but let's wait until we get some people in the live. It's only been 42 seconds, so if you're watching this and you're like, damn, I missed the live, make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get notified when we go live. Well, when I go live. So it's important to you guys. Look, before I get into this whole story here, we got one person in. Perfect. Once we get at least 5 people in the live, I'll proceed with the story. Joven, what's up? What's up? Hello from Utah. What's up, my friend? Yeah, man. $2,000, you guys. Turned it down, and I did not lose any sleep over it. So I'll get into it in a second. Let's just get a few more people into the live. There we go. 6 people. All right, guys. What's up, Photo Booth family? Let's dive into it. So yesterday, I turned down a $2,000 photo booth rental job. The guy reached out. He wanted 4 hours of prints and the 360 booth for 4 hours. He wanted 2 attendants for the booth and 1 for the 360. I was like, perfect. We can take care of you. And I told the guy, I was like, it's gonna be a $500 deposit. Hello from Palmdale. What's up, Vic? Fan fave. What's up? I see you. So super excited, right? Who wouldn't get excited over a $2,000 lead? The guy says, I'm ready. Let's reserve it. I spent maybe 20 minutes on the phone with him, giving him the breakdown and everything. He was asking a ton of questions. And then I said, perfect. So we do require a $500 deposit. Then the remainder needs to be paid a week before the event. And he didn't like it. He started complaining. He goes, I don't understand why I need to give you any money, this and that. He goes, let me just pay you all cash. I'm like, sir, we do this for a reason, and this is the way we operate our business. The deposit isn't just for the day of the event. There's a lot of work that goes into. I'm explaining to him, right? Because sometimes people don't get it. So I'm like telling the guy, I'm like, look, we got to start making the templates, the overlay. I need to pay a few people because you want an extra attendant, and that costs money, and I pay our people up front so they can provide the best service and not look at this, in a bad way. I'm like explaining to the guy, and he goes, nah, I want to just pay in cash, and I don't want to do a deposit. I'm like, look, I appreciate it for you reaching out, but we're not going to be a fit for you. I told this to the guy, bro. He lost his mind. He started writing he was like, wow, like you're turning down $2,000. Like, I don't think I'm asking for too much. I just want to pay you the day of the event with cash. Like that's crazy. How can you run a business? And then I just responded. I was like, look, sir, this is what we do. And everyone doesn't have an issue doing this. This is the way it's been done. But I'm sure you can find a company that's willing to change the way they operate for you. But unfortunately, that won't be me. And that's it. The guy started sending me more messages. I just blocked him. And I'm not losing any sleep here because these are the type of people that don't want to commit to you that end up just dropping you last minute. And I tried to explain to him before I blocked him. I'm like, look, we need something to just in case you decide to reschedule the party, or just in case you decide you don't want to have a photo booth anymore, right? And I'm like, this is just how we protect ourselves. Like, we have to. And I was like, and it's also a benefit for you to pay a deposit. That way, when we have the contract sent over, that you can have confidence that we're going to provide a service. And he's just like, nah, I don't want to pay. And I'm like, perfect. Yeah, exactly, man. Red flags. Fan Fave is saying that was an excellent response. Yeah, trust me. Do you know definitely, I agree, right? The way I worded it is probably on the professional side. But if I could just be my honest and true self, I would have not said that. It would have been an ugly response. Like the things the guy was saying to me, and it's just like, we're not going to be a good fit. And hello from Maryland. Elite 360, what's up? Good to see you. But yeah, red flags. If this guy is going to give me trouble on how we operate in accepting deposits, and all of this, he's going to be even a bigger headache down the line and during the event. So if someone's giving you guys a red flag, I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. Don't be hesitant to not do jobs. We got 22 people in here. What's up, guys? Good to see you guys. What's up, Sal? Good to see you. A beautiful place to be is to be in a position where I am in, and I'm not saying this to flex, but just to motivate you guys to continue your journey with your photo booth business, is I don't have to accept these jobs. I'm gonna get the date he wanted to reserve filled. There's no issue here. I don't have a problem with leads. And if you don't have a lot of leads, you may be in a position, if that guy calls you, you may look at this and be like, oh man, like I'm gonna take this job. That's $2,000 because I don't have a lot of leads, and it's gonna hurt you more to say no. But the biggest flex success will bring you is the option to tell someone no. It brings me joy. It makes me happy because I remember the days where old Drew would have taken that job. Old Drew would have been like, sure, pay me in cash. And then I would have held the date, done all this work, and then this guy possibly cancels on me, and then I would have looked at myself and been like, I shouldn't have done it. I know I shouldn't have done it. So, moral of the story, guys, trust your gut. Don't let anybody dictate how you run your business. We set up these rules for a reason. And it's happened to us plenty of times before we made it non-negotiable, where people are not wanting to send you money, right? And if they don't want to send you the deposit, do you know what it really is? It's really because they don't have the money. And I hate to say it, but it's true. The people that don't want to pay deposits, it's not because they're worried you're going to scam them. Most of the time, it's they just don't have it. And guess what? If they don't just have the deposit, there's a huge chance they're not going to have the remainder of your money when it comes to the event. King David, what's up, fam? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, wanted to hop on live, tell you guys that story. And one thing I've been telling a lot of people lately has been, this is something that's going to change your business. Every single time someone reaches out to you for a quote, and I was just mentioning this on TikTok, so if you were on TikTok, I'm going to say it again because it's that important. If someone asks for a quote, the worst thing you can do is answer their question. That's the worst thing. You're like, Drew, what are you saying? Well, if you ask me for a quote and I give it to you, guess what? If they're asking for 8 other quotes and everyone is just giving them price, they're going to make their decision based on who's the cheapest. However, when I get a quote for someone, here's the price, here's some reviews, here's some testimonials, here's some examples from last weddings that we've done. I'm giving them more than what they asked for. So when it comes to making a decision, they're going to go back and look at all the prices. They're going to say, you know what? Drew's photo booth is $200 more expensive than the cheapest one, but I do like the fact that he has 500 reviews. I do like the fact that he's done 6 different weddings and he's showing me templates. Damn, I don't know, right? And they'll think about it. And then that has helped us close deals where we're not even the cheapest. And if someone asks you for a quote and you give them the quote and all that, and they say, hey, can you do it cheaper? I'll say, look, are you just trying to get a photo booth that is affordable? Does reviews not matter? Does experience not matter? Does, template design not matter? Because if it doesn't matter, we may not be a fit. And trust me, those people that don't want to spend money and they don't see the value in what you're offering, they're better off not being customers. And if you want to get to a point to where you can say no, get more leads. It is that simple. Leads are not hard to get. If you have a photo booth and you don't have any bookings, every single Saturday, you should be doing a free event. You should be doing as many free events until these free events end up turning into paid jobs. Look, you do one free event with the proper marketing and using all the emails and phone numbers, you should be easily getting at least 1 to 2 events, easily. Sometimes even 3. So get off the couch and don't expect to get paid if you don't have much experience, and do as many free events until you are getting bookings and it doesn't make sense for you to do free events. That's the perfect way to do it. I promise you guys can get to a point in your rental business where, let's just say you do it for 2 years, but you treat it like a business, right? You give it attention, you market, you're willing to do the free events. There will be a time to where you don't need to market, where your past customers keep telling their friends, and then you do their friends' events. They start telling their friends, and you get to a point to where repeat customers are your number one source of leads. How long does that take? Maybe 2 years to actually sit back and be like, you know what? Like, I don't need to run ads this month. We have the next 5-6 months pretty much lined up. So, facts, love it. We got Thunder 360. Who's here from TikTok? Good to see you, my friend. Sal is saying, I got another free event coming up. Let's go, Sal. Sal, so your first free event, have you already contacted everyone that used the photo booth? Also, the person that you did the free event, don't be hesitant to reach out and say, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was great. Do you have any other parties coming up? And just ask them that simple question. And then just say, well, perfect. You know, if you want to book us, you know, I'd love to give you another hookup here and give you some free upgrades if you want to reserve. And don't be hesitant to do that. I mean, you did them a solid already by doing a free event. The least they can do is book you for their future events. And just let it be known, you know, it's just a one-time thing. You don't want to just keep doing free events for the same people, because guess what? The same people are going to show up to that party. And if you try to market to that audience already and they didn't book, the odds are they're probably not going to book the second time if you did it once. So shout out to you guys being here, all 21 people. Anyone in here have any events coming up this weekend? Let me know what events you guys got coming up. We got a couple quinceañeras, birthday party. My love, do we have a wedding?
What?
Do we have a wedding?
This weekend?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, we have a wedding tomorrow? And we got a wedding. Just a reminder, you guys, you need to level up your business and get some more prop signs. Again, I don't care. You don't have to buy from me. I really don't care. But let me show you some of the signs that we sell. These are the ones we use. You can get them anywhere. You can get, well, not anywhere, but there's a lot of places you can buy props. So, example, a quinceañera, right? We all know what a quinceañera is. We have specific props that fit the theme. These go a long way. It makes you look like a complete company, where if someone is having a quince, you have some signs that fit. Or a wedding. Let's just say it's a Spanish wedding. Guess what? We have Spanish wedding props, right? Drew, what if it's a baby shower? Guess what? We have baby shower props. So if someone is reaching out, and again, this is another thing. When someone wants a quote, I give them the quote and I give them a bunch of other info. So I am also asking, what type of event is it? It's a baby shower. Okay, perfect, right? After the quote, here's some of our baby shower props. That could be the factor, you guys. A set of props you bought for $55 for a baby shower could be the reason they book you for the baby shower. You got to have the mindset of, let me put myself in these shoes of this customer. They're spending maybe 15 grand, 10 grand on this party. What's another $100 to go over? What's an extra 100 to book me and have those specific photo booth props for their party? People have booked us because of those prop signs. Oh, I like the fact that you have the props, right? I'm always asking too. And when people book us, I'll say, well, why did you book with us? And I'm always asking that. Where did you find us? And why did you book with us? And a lot of the times I'm telling you, it's because of these signs, especially for like a baby shower. When you have like team boy, team girl, or the quinceañera, right? Like they love that because they're putting a lot of money and effort into these parties. So the more you can customize it and make it unique, the better position you'll be in. Regan, what's up, Regan? Good to see you. Sal is saying, yeah, looks like 400 pics went out. Love it. But you can, I'm not talking about the pictures. I'm talking about the phone numbers and emails. You can go on Luma Booth, not Luma Booth, but Photo Share, and you have access to every single phone number and email address that was put into the software. Regan is saying, I got one this weekend. It's a Transformers themed birthday party. Love that, love that. Sal is saying, so quite a few to get through. Okay. Cameraman, Frank, I'm in the process of starting my photo booth business. Any tips on selling prints? I have an event Saturday, a surprise party. Typically when you do events, you're not there selling prints. You're getting paid by somebody to be there, and then the photo booth is free to use for guests. If you're going there selling prints, if that's the agreement, my suggestion would be to definitely have a sign and make sure people know that they have to pay, because the worst thing that can happen is if you have your photo booth there and people use it and you're like, that'll be $5, that's a problem. And also, to be honest with you, I mean, a surprise birthday party, how many people are going to actually be there? 100 people maybe, right? Even if you get 20% of people to use the booth and you charge them, you're not going to make too much money. So, I mean, that's my opinion. If you're going to charge per print, you want to go to a place that has high volume, a lot of people, a lot of foot traffic. Love it. Elite 360, love it, man. That's awesome. 60th birthday party. Sal is saying, I really want to get more backdrops. Sal, you got my number. Sal, shoot me a text. I got you, man. Shoot me a text. We'll take care of you. King David, 60th birthday tomorrow near Atlantic City, New Jersey. Love it. King David, 360. That's funny. We both have the 60th birthday. That's awesome. Yeah. You know what's, I am not going to lie. I think we have a 60th birthday party this weekend too. If I remember correctly, I remember seeing some of the templates that went out. I think we have one this weekend. True Music Lighting. What got you started in this photo booth business? Money. I wanted money. More money. That is the God honest truth. How it started for me is I was at a wedding, and this is over about 10 years ago. And I saw this big old tent with this dude sitting out of the tent, eating tacos, people coming in out of the booth, then coming up with photos. And I'm like, what the heck? It was the first time I've ever seen one. And I saw the guy just chilling, eating food. And I'm like, I came up to him and I was like, and I shouldn't have asked this. It's probably not polite, but I was like, hey, like, what is this? And he goes, oh, it's a photo booth, this and that. And then I'm like looking inside, I'm like, how much are you making? And then he told me, he goes, oh, $1,000. I gave them a discount. So typically it would have been a little bit more. And my mind was blown. I wanted to start I got like goosebumps. And I'm like, bro, this guy's eating tacos, making $1,000 in 4 hours. I was like, oh, cool. So then I walk into his booth and it was terrible. Like, he definitely made his own equipment. And the build quality was wild. But again, so was my first photo booth. It was trash. But he had the same camera I had, and the computer he was using, my friend had that computer, and my friend also had the printer he was using. And I was like, we have like 80% of the equipment. So my mind started running, and then I built my own booth, and then I was like, perfect. I was like, look, man, I don't even want to make $1,000. I mean, I did want to make $1,000 per event, but I was charging like $250 for 3 hours of prints, and it was just a side hustle. I kept doing more events. Then I started really falling in love with the business. And once I fell in love with it, it was a wrap. Turned it from a side hustle into like a full-time job. And it's hard to explain to someone how amazing it feels to provide this type of service to people. Their biggest days, their 21st birthday, their 60th birthday, their weddings, their quinceañeras, some of the biggest moments in their lives, you get to be a part of it and you get to create these memories. It's the best feeling in the world. Even doing drop-offs and pickups, like the feedback you get from real hardworking people. Your photo booth was amazing. The photos are so great. Like, we're so excited. Like, that's the best feeling in the world. And my other businesses, I was making way more money. You know, I was running a video production company, making content for automotive companies, like, you know, videos for Ford. We work with Hyundai and a lot of cool stuff. But like, it just wasn't. There's no gratitude there, you know, like it just wasn't, to me, it wasn't meaningful. So I fell in love with the business, and that's where we're at today. Regan is saying, do you ever do the drop-off booth with prints without any attendant? I got someone asking for a quote for that. Yeah, I have a drop-off print event this Saturday. We do them all the time. On Monday, I got swamped with inquiries. Just yesterday and today, I began the elimination round, where they have to submit security deposit to secure the date. Love that. Yeah, always mandatory. Get that deposit, man. Charlie Pop photo booths. Love it. Do you have Sweet 16 prop signs? I guess you could use, no, not specifically Sweet 16, but we have the quince. But some of these props are like perfect for Sweet 16s. This is a word called Riz. I'm about to explain to you what Riz means. Apparently, to the kids, Riz is short for charisma, meaning you are charismatic, right? You have bruh. So there's just some props that you can use, but nothing specifically for Sweet 16. I had to learn what Riz meant. That's how I know I'm getting old, is when I don't know the terms that kids are saying nowadays. Love the shirt. Yeah, man, I need to get rid of this. Thing has been through the wash, man. I have a hard time letting go of this shirt because this is like the shirt. It's so sentimental. Like when I really started grinding on social media, like this was like my uniform, and I love that shirt. But I'm gonna be making more stuff, and we're gonna start pushing a photo booth owner apparel company, which I'm excited to start working on. That'll be coming soon. How can we get into your group chat? You have to, so for the Photo Booth 101 networking group chat, you have to buy your photo booth through us. However, you guys, we have Photo Booth 101 University open to everybody. It's less than $1 a day, right? $24 a month. You have access to me. You can literally ask me whatever questions you want on there. You have access to some courses that we've created, and we're going to be updating that constantly. You also have access to the weekly calls we're doing tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. In there, I'm doing a call on marketing your photo booth business. So that you can join, but if you want Photo Booth 101 Network, that is only for people that own our photo booths that bought it through us. And the reason being is I want people to network that have the same equipment. I don't want people on there that have a homemade booth. We want to keep it the same. That way, if you need to have someone work your event, it's the same software typically, and then the booth. But yeah, if you want Photo Booth 101 University, just let me know. I'll give you guys my email addresses, and I'll send you the link to get you there. True Music is saying, thanks for sharing on how you got started. I got started because I was already a DJ in the biz. And I love that, man. I think every DJ needs to own an iPad photo booth. It just makes the most sense. You're going to be there, right? You're going to be present. Why not bring something that you can set up and forget, make you an extra $500, $500 minimum. Thunder 360, got to Drew, lead came in, love it. Mix master, drop off, print money. Yeah. So for us, we have a really affordable drop-off print package for $400, 2 hours with the deluxe and the printer, right? Deluxe and printer, no backdrop, no prop table, just bare bones prints. And it's 1 4x6 or 2 2x6 strips. Sigma? What the heck is Sigma? Elite 360. I've been noticing in some of your recent videos that that your iPad in horizontal position, do you feel it works better than vertical? It depends on the layout. So we'll ask our customers, do you want the photos landscape or portrait? And then sometimes they're going to be like, well, what's the difference? Well, landscape is a wider photo and portrait is more full body. And we give them that option. Get a photo booth that can rotate, you guys. Trust me, I know there's a lot of cool booths on the market, and if it doesn't rotate, your booth is outdated by like a year or two. This is like, it's non-negotiable. Like, also, if you're gonna get a photo booth that rotates, I would highly recommend, and if you plan on using it in landscape, get it with a 13-inch iPad so that the camera is in the center of the, here, let me show you. So, look, if you plan on just doing this, right, there's some booths on the market that you can get that don't rotate, that only fit the 12.9, then that's fine because your camera's right here. But if you get the new 13-inch iPads, which are replacing the 12.9, the camera is right here in the center. So we have a notch here, and you can rotate it, and it's perfectly in the center versus it being right here. Hopefully that made sense. Sigma means cool. I know what that meant. I was playing with you. I've seen that on TikTok where the guy makes that face. He goes, something like that. But Yeah. The photo booth business, when I started off, it was a side hustle. It was just a way to make an extra 250, 300, 400 bucks. I'll be honest, guys. I was young. I was like, let me get free food. Let me listen to music. Have the occasional drink here or there. And then, I kept doing events. I almost got burnt out. There was literally a sign from God. The photo booth drop off. Did it on accident. I was getting burnt out. This is maybe year 3, year 4 in my photo booth business journey. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I love making this extra money, but I'm young. I don't want to sacrifice my Saturdays after working all week long. So I was getting burnt out, right? And how I did my first drop off by accident was I got hired to do this wedding. And the wedding was at a bar, a dive bar. So, you can kind of understand what type of customer gets married at a bar. So I'm like, okay, perfect. They wanted the digital photo booth experience. I was using the iPad booth. And back then I was using a software called Simple Booth. Simple Booth. And I roll up to the wedding, which is at a bar. There's a bouncer in the front. The guy goes, hey, let me see your ID. I'm like, oh, I'm here to work. Not knowing you still need an ID, right? I left my ID at home. So he goes, you can set up, but you have to get your ID. If you're gonna stay here, you have to have like proof, and we have to be able to be like, yeah, he's 21 or older. So I'm like, oh, all right. So I set up. I'm like, damn, let me just run home. I go home, I get my ID, and something tells me, check the gallery. I checked, the photo booth is being used. I'm like, no way. I'm not even there. So I get back, and I just sit in my car, just check on it. I think a few times I popped in to physically see how everything is. Not a problem. I honestly, no joke, I remember because it was that event, like making the template and then getting ready to do the event. I was telling myself, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was so close to giving up, but that changed everything. So I started realizing, I'm like, look, let me start offering the drop off. And I think for the first 6 months, I was just staying in the parking lot. I wasn't even leaving the venue space. I would set it up, I'd go to my car, and I think I'd just watch YouTube and just relax. That helped me, that helped the burnout, for sure. I was so close to giving up. Mobile gamer, you said you charge $400 for drop off with prints, all day printing. No, for 2 hours. It's $400, 2 hours, and then $150 for every extra hour. Elite 360, damn, didn't know that. Great tip. I have the 12.9, but definitely look into the 13-inch. Facts. But just make sure the photo booth can fit the 13-inch, because most booths that fit the 12.9 don't have the camera for the 13-inch open. If that makes sense. Regan, do you think having a website with an option for clients to book with a calendar and payment checkout for bookings would increase bookings? Heck yeah. Bro, we wake up to bookings. I wake up to deposits, booking forms, and a simple agreement contract agreed to. It's 100% worth it. Think of how many people are on their phone at 11 o'clock at night doing things. Like, don't sleep on it. People want to reserve, and if there's a chance for them to do it, if they go to your website and they like what they see, they will reserve. And I don't know about you, but if I have an opportunity to make money while I'm sleeping, I'm gonna do it. And if you don't have that, they're gonna have to call you. That means that you're only gonna be able to make money during the hours you're awake. Oh, what's up? What's up? Are you from Israel? No, I'm from America, the best country in the world. I will stand by my country. No offense to anyone where you're at, where you're from. America's the best place to live. The American dream alone is everything. Still, even in today's climate, I think we live in the best country. The Lux 360 booth, hey Drew, sometimes the money isn't worth it, to be honest. Burnout is real. Facts, my friend. Facts. What is money worth if you don't have your mental health? That is 100% something I agree with. Jesus loves you. I appreciate you. Yes, he does. Loves you as well. Delaware Diamond, what's up? What's up, my friend? The Lux 360 booth, best country in the world. Love the passion for the USA. Man, I mean, look, the American dream is still real, right? This is probably the only place in the world where you can go, be a foreigner, and come here and be like, I am American. You can't go to Japan and do that, right? You can't go there and move there and be like, I'm Japanese. The American dream, I don't care. Cancel me, I'll say it. I think it's the best country in the world. I think that there's a lot of opportunities. It's not a perfect place. It's not a perfect country, but the American dream alone, man. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions about the business, anything you want to know about. I am planning on diving deeper, more on the candy boxes. I started another route. We created another route, and I can't wait to upload more content on that. I'm a big believer in diversifying your income. I think it's look, the photo booth business is great, but if COVID taught me anything, that it's not a bulletproof business. Meaning, look what happened in COVID, you guys. No one was doing events during COVID. The whole world stopped. And it's hard. It's hard because, man, thinking about it, man, I probably lost out maybe $200,000 because of that. All of the events, right? We can all agree, right? No one was throwing parties. No one was, wanting a photo booth for whatever kind of weird event they were having. Bro, maybe I did 4 events during the big C19. They were all drive-by events where people had baby shower. The couple's right here. The photo booth is right here. People are driving up. They're taking a photo and driving away. It was the weirdest time in the world. But, so that's why I say, diversify. Start a vending business. Look, you can buy boxes from us, $140. People are making their money back literally in 2 weeks. I mean, if Sal's here, Sal can tell you, Sal has some of our boxes. You can start a gumball machine business. It's still a way to make money. The way I would do it too, and let me tell you about the gumball machines. I know some of you guys are like, man, that's not a lot of money. I never look at it as I just want one. I had a route with almost 50 gumball machines, you guys. Back then, I don't have them anymore. I sold them right when COVID happened. I sold all of my machines. But it's like 3 cents for a gumball. You sell it for a quarter. 22 cents profit. I would go collect my gumball machines twice a year. They last for a super long time. So every time I pick up a location, I'm picking up $150, sometimes $200 in quarters. But I have 50 of them. So it's about scaling, right? And then with the honor boxes, it's the best. And I don't want to dive too much on this because this is a live for the Hustle with Drew is about a lot of businesses, but we mainly focus now on photo booths. But I just want to keep your guys' mind open because it doesn't hurt to have different avenues of income. The Lux 360, burnout can happen. We are doing 100K a year and 3 events a year. And I've had to take a few days off for burnout, and I run a UK channel. Gotcha. Yeah, it's good to relax. It's good to take that time. But I'm the type of person, I feel like I need to earn it. I need to earn the not the right, but I need to earn the rest. I cannot lay in bed after sitting down and doing nothing this week. I can't. That's just me. I don't know. Do you accept deposits directly on your website? If so, what platform do you use to accept payers? And what type of payments do you accept for deposits? So let me answer the first part. Do you accept deposits directly on your website? The answer is yes. I want people to be able to book my rental while I'm not even there. People book at night. Sometimes they book early in the morning. And the steps go, they fill out a booking form, they pay a deposit, then they fill out the template form. They agree to, on the booking form, when they submit the info, they agree to terms. Basically, it's like the contract, but just general, right there. So that's how we do it. Then after, you can have them sign a contract that specifies more. So there's 2 steps. That's how we do it. If so, what platform do you use to accept payments? We are you HoneyBook. You want to use HoneyBook if you have HoneyBook. If you don't have HoneyBook, you can just use your website. Like if you're using GoDaddy, you can take payments through GoDaddy. Want to start a business? From where do I start? You got to do the research. You got to figure out what type of photo booth you want to do. I highly recommend you start off with an iPad booth. And if you have the budget, you can order from us. I will stand by it. We're the best company on, hands down, the best company for anyone that is new to start. We're not the cheapest, but we give you guys every single tool that you need to be successful, like community, mentorship, access to resources like videos, recommendations on software, discounts for software. We have it all. And I try to tell people, I don't sell you the equipment. I sell you what you can do with the equipment, which is make money, grow a business, and that's the whole goal, right? What's the point of having a nice photo booth setup if you don't know what to do with it? So that would be photobooth101.com. And if we're too expensive, don't worry about it. You can buy your own equipment secondhand off Facebook Marketplace, or you can build your own. I've been talking with this guy named Eric. He built his own booth, and that's it. Whatever you can afford. That's why whatever option you can get that will allow you to start now is the one you should get. Yeah, man, True. It was terrible. True Music, man. It was terrible. We got DJ for real. What's up, my friend Nelson? What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Yep, vending machine business. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Lux. Thank you, Lux. Is the game business profitable now? I saw some of my local marketplace. Saw you do it. Not really. I mean, you could still make some money with the giant game rental business. It's just hard now because you can buy those games at Target and like a lot of stores, and it's just easy to get. And literally, right, my giant games cost me $300. I was charging people $100 to rent them. So now people are like, well, for $200 more, I can buy them and keep them. So yeah, people are tending to not, it's not as popular as it used to be, but I will use my giant games to give them for free. If someone is on the fence to book, and instead of me lowering my prices, because some people will be like, hey, can you give me a discount? My budget is XYZ. And instead of just saying, sure, I'm like, how about this? You pay what we're charging, and I'll give you the free games on the house. That's a $100 value. And a lot of times that's all it takes. And I have them. They're just sitting here, so I might as well use it as a tool. And I'm not setting up the games. I'm not doing nothing. I'll bring the games. They can set them up and all of that too. DJ for real, you too, bro. Can't wait for the booth to arrive. Awesome, man. Yep, I can't wait either, bro. It's exciting, man. You did it the right way. You started learning. You asked questions. You pulled the trigger. And that's one thing. Look, I tell everyone, if you've been watching my content for a while and you've been in a cycle of just learning, stop watching. I want you to stop watching and start doing. It's a bad cycle to be in where you're just constantly learning. And a lot of you guys are here all the time. I see you all the time. And it's like, have you started yet? Have you started yet? Because another year goes by. You're going to wish you started last year. And time is something that you can't buy. It's the most important asset that we all have. Abby Blossom is saying, how can I get a copy for the contract form for the photo booth on our website? And Abby, you know what's funny? I was waiting for the first person to ask about the contracts. So for you, Abby, go to my website, photobooth101.com. We typically sell the contracts for $200. I am dropping the price for you down to $75 right now. So with these contracts, you can edit them. You can use them for your rental business. They cover things like liability, right? That the customer's responsible. Model release, giving you the rights to use the photos. It covers event details, weather, everything. It covers pretty much everything that you need. I'm going on the website and I'm changing that price for you to $75 just for the next 10 minutes to give you some time to do that. Let's go in here. I'm changing this. I'm going to multitask while we do this. So King David is saying, curious, what is everyone's day job for those of us who still work our day job I'm an executive chef of a retirement home in Delaware. Interesting. Damn. Yeah, I would like to know that. What do you guys do? What do you guys do for work? Thanks for the honesty. My pleasure, my friend. King David, hoping to retire from the food industry next year. Love it, love it, love it. That's amazing. You know what, Abby? I'm not even going to change the price. Abby, if you want the contracts, let me know. I don't know. I'm going to go in here and change it for you. If you're not, I don't even know if you want them. If anyone wants it, for the first person, just put yes. I will lower the price. This is just for the live. For those watching this at a later time, you missed the deal. It's just for the live. Just for the live. So if you want it, just say yes and I'll change it. The Lux is saying, I do photo booth, hire full time. King David, I make... yeah, you make photo booths in your garage, trademark on a few. That's what I do. Okay. Wait, you make your own? Interesting. I could have sworn I saw, maybe it was someone else. But yeah, so what do you guys do for jobs? Like your 9 to 5. I'm always interested because, it's just interesting. I've helped people that were lawyers, which you would think like why would a lawyer want like a side hustle? And that kind of confirmed that we're in a special business where you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money in a short amount of time. And the person that's a lawyer that also in the photo booth business, she's on the higher end. And she's making a lot of money. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. My good friend Hans is he is a paramedic. Hans makes decent money, and that's his thing. He goes, look, if I can make the same, if not more money at my job, I'm all for it. And Hans is in a position now too where he doesn't have to take every job, and it pays to have friends. So whenever I get a lead that is in Hans's area, I give it to him. So have more friends in this business, you guys. I'm not saying I'm that person for you, but like you can find someone that is super busy in your market. Kellen, what's up? I purchased an iPad Pro M4. It came today, but the front of the camera is on the side of the screen. Will this iPad work with the salsa booth? I don't think so. Let me check. I think you can only use the 12.9 iPad Pro. I don't know if they have addressed this, but if you had our booth, there is an option for you to use that iPad. Let's check their website. Photo Booth, Supply Co. You know what's funny too? Before Photo Booth 101, I actually reached out to them and I got ghosted. I wanted to work with them when I first started like making content. Probably a blessing. I'm in a way better position now with Photo Booth 101. So the True Music Lighting is saying, I don't have a 9 to 5. I do photo booth full time. Love it, love it, love it. That's what's up. Yeah, it's a process though, guys. It's not something that just happens. You don't just buy a photo booth and you're like full time. You got to factor in, okay, am I making enough money to live? Am I making enough money to cover insurance? Am I making enough money to XYZ? So just sit down, write the numbers, come up with the price that you need to survive and live the life you want to live. Then you just work towards it. That's the easiest way to say it. So let's see. Let's see, does their salsa booth, can you use the 13-inch iPad? Oh, you did? Thank you so much.
This is the one, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Lifetime, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good one. So yeah, let's see, can you use the... Here's one thing, look. I don't know why you can't rotate or why they don't come out with an option to rotate. If you have an iPad booth, or no, look, if you're planning to get an iPad booth, guys, this is such a necessary function. If you rotate it, right, and your camera has the camera right here, So look, it's perfectly into this booth, and when you rotate it, the camera's right here. It's such a simple function. I think it's necessary. My opinion. My opinion. Yeah, I don't think you can use the 13-inch. I think they only have it set for the 12.9 inch, which doesn't make sense because they stopped making those iPads. This is what I was wondering. I'm like, can you? Yeah. And even if they allow you to use the 13-inch, if they come out with like a faceplate, it's in a weird position. If your booth doesn't rotate and your camera's right here, it's such a weird position. If you have the 12.9, the camera's up here. That's messed up, but better now. Wait, what? What were we talking about? Michael's saying sometimes you get a little glimpse into the future, like a crystal ball. Pay attention to it. True. Regan, on our website booking form, on your website booking form, do you put in by hours? It's the part that clients see to select a time slot. No, we're not doing hours. We don't charge by the hour, but they have to tell us when they book, what time do they want the rental to start? What time do they want it to end? Also, a really important question that we're asking, when is the earliest we can come to set up? This is so useful because look, if they want the booth from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock, most people assume, okay, I'll come an hour before. But if they're gonna allow me to come at 11 a.m., that means I can set up at 11 and then leave. It frees up your day. And once you guys start to get more involved in this business, you're gonna wanna expand and you're gonna wanna do more events. My record from drop-offs, guys, 11 events in one day. Let me break this down to you. Yes, we almost made $8,000. It was a little bit more close to like 7.5. Yeah, that's great. But most photo booth owners do one event a week on Saturday. So if you factor that in, we did 11. That is almost 2 months worth of events in one day. That is 2 months of repeat customers that we're building, 2 months worth of reviews, 2 months worth of income that we've done just because we did the drop off. And if I never started asking that question, when is the earliest we can come, I would have maybe been able to do 5 events. So just hopefully that, like, you know, Nelson is saying ghosting. Oh yeah, got you. Killing, my iPad is 11-inch. Then get yourself one of these, $13.99. You can use that iPad. I mean, look, for $1,400, your iPad probably cost you what, like $600? If you got it like refurbished, if it's brand new, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, I would go with the DigiBooth. Yeah, rotation is so required for the iPad. Yep. Yeah, 11 events, 11 in one day. It was mostly driving, but think about that. You can't do 11 events in one day. Shoot, you can't even do 3 events in one day. If you're, maybe 3, but I guarantee you can't do 4 events if you're staying at your events. If you're staying, there's no way. I'll be surprised if you can knock out 2, which I know some of you guys can, but like the timing rarely works where you have an event at 8 in the morning to noon, then 1 to 5, and then 7 to 10. It just doesn't really work like that. Yeah, man, DJ for real. Yep. Deluxe, you're the man. 11 events. This is why you're a photo booth legend. Are you going to the Photo Booth Expo London? Nah, I'm not going that. I'm not even quite sure if I'm going to the one in Vegas. I'm telling you guys, the photo booth industry is great. You're gonna find some really genuine people, and I want no part of it. That's why I'm not on the Facebook group. Kind of don't want to go to Vegas to meet these people. They think they know everything. They're very rude to people that are new. There's a lot of groups you can join on Facebook, and people asking questions like, do I need internet? Or like they're just very, very disrespectful, and I want no part of it. I get some of these people to like leave comments on videos. I have no problem blocking people and just cutting it out. I want to create a safe space for everyone to join and ask questions. I don't want you to feel judged for asking a question. So that's my thing, man. I just don't want to be around that. You know what I mean? So I may go, I may not. I'm not quite sure. Do you leave props at drop-off events? If the customer pays for us to bring them, then yeah, we'll bring them. Do you do any bridal expos? No bridal expos. They're not worth it in my opinion, and I don't charge enough money for my rentals to make it worth it. So if you think about it, right? Like if it cost you $4,000 to be there, I'm talking about gas, the food, maybe if you have to stay up in a hotel, or, you know, if you have to bring flyers and set up, and then they do charge you to be there, you know, let's just say it's $4,000. I'm going to have to book a lot of events to get that paid for, unless I am a top tier photo booth company that is charging an arm and a leg. Then it could be worth it, where maybe if I book 3 events, if I'm charging $2,000 an event, I could make my money back. Just wondering, David will be there. Yeah, no, I'm not that close with David. I mean, I met him, we talked a few times. People I'm really close to, Rex is my guy. Love Rex. I love Art. Art is a great dude. So if you guys seen the YouTube video where I'm talking about the Google Ads expert, love that guy. Even David, I don't even know David that well. Is his name? Yeah, Dave. He owns the Photo Booth Network Facebook group. Love that guy. Great guy. Yep, Rex. Casey's, do you break down immediately at the end of the event? For instance, if there's a line when the event is scheduled to end, if so, do you charge additional fees? Great question. So this is typically how I do it. If, let's just say 10 o'clock is coming around and the booth is supposed to be, the rental ends at 10, I will do one thing. If there's a line of people, I will go to the client and say, hey, we're about 10 minutes away from the cutoff time. People still want to use the booth. Do you want to add an additional 30 minutes or an hour? If they say no problem. I tell the last person, I'm like, you're the last person here, so if anyone gets in line, if you could do me a favor and just tell them it's closed. And then that's it. We just end it, right? And if they add the extra time, then no problem. One thing you can do too is make sure you speak to the coordinator if there's like a wedding, and just say, hey, is it okay if we have the DJ announce the photo booth is closing in 30 minutes, go please use the photo booth. So they go use it, and then when time comes around, you can be like, hey, we had the DJ make the announcement. Unfortunately, we got hired to be here till 10. I personally will stay 10 minutes longer if I need to for free. I don't want customers to feel that, you know, we were rushing to end it. I'm okay with sacrificing 10 minutes to make a better impression. Did that make sense? I'm not sure if that made any sense. Rex is a legend. Love his Luma Booth tutorial. He's another legend like you guys. Rex likes my comments and YouTube. He's so lovely. Yeah, David. Yep. Rex is the best, man. Rex is absolutely the best. More media. Hey Drew, I'm looking for cellular service for my iPad. Would I need a high-speed internet, 4G, 5G? Which service would you recommend? Great question. I believe 5G is better. I'm not sure. Can you get 4G? I don't even know if you can. I think they just market 5G. So the best thing to do, look, check this out. Find out who has the best service in your area. So for me, T-Mobile's great out here. You can make a statement that Verizon is better. But like no one is arguing that AT&T is better out here. But there's some places where AT&T is supreme. So find out where it's the best, right? And that's not hard. Just do some research and then go with that company. True Music, Rex is like Master Splinter with photo booths. He got me started like 10 years ago. Man, I love you guys. Rex, that's insane. Rex has always been that guy. Like Rex has always been helpful, and I was one person that was like telling him to go heavier on YouTube, and I got monetized a lot longer, wait, way before Rex did. And yeah, I helped Rex monetize this channel and told him what he had to do. And when he finally hit the threshold to become partner, when he made partner, I had a custom plaque made that said Rex's photo booth tutorials, 2,000 subscribers or whatever. And we had lunch to celebrate, and I gave that to him. It was a cool day, because there's not a lot of people like Rex that genuinely like to help people. I put myself in there. There's a lot of people acting like they want to help you, but their goal is just to sell you something. And I say it on here all the time. You don't have to buy anything from me. If you've ever felt like I've given you help or whatever, don't ever feel pressure to send money. When we go on TikTok lives, people send gifts all the time, and I'm always saying, like, don't do it. I'm here to help, and if you feel the need and you see the value in what we sell, if you buy it, perfect. If you don't, no problem. No problem, no problem. Rex knows so much about Luma Booth. He should be getting a sponsorship by them. His Wi-Fi tutorial for Luma Booth was so good. Man, tell me about it. Rex is the type of guy, I feel like if he made his own software, it would be the perfect software, because Rex, I feel, has very good input on this stuff because he's been in the business so long and he knows so much. But for me, if I were to create a software, it would be exactly like Luma Booth. So that's why I don't even think about making my own software, because I think the perfect software is Luma Booth. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's the closest to it, in my opinion. Price, the user interface, and all of that. And sometimes people are like, oh, for Luma Booth, I don't like it. I don't like it because it saves the photos to the hard drive or to the iPad. That's best. Why don't you want that? I don't want to rely on a cloud. There's some softwares that don't save it to the iPad. You want it to save to the iPad. DJ, for real, do you have a discount referral code for Canva Pro? Yes, I believe we have a code for you to get like either a discount or like a free trial. Send me a DM, my friend, on School, and I will send you that link. I'd say you, PBI, Regs, David, genuine people. Appreciate you, man. How long did it take you to get monetized? Like a year? A whole year. Yeah, maybe a year and a half. For YouTube, I'm monetized on YouTube, yep. King David, I've been dealing with a real difficult client. Their wedding is next week. They booked 2 months ago, and we're still going back and forth over designs. So that I just... oh, you're going back and forth over designs? So today I just let her design it with my Canva? Damn! So here's the thing. You need to set boundaries with your customers. When we have a client, they book us, before we start the template process, I tell them, you have to give us all of the information we need to make it. Everything you want, you need to tell us now, because we will make one revision to your template without charging you. And the revisions need to be small, like different font or move this or that. And I let them know, like, this isn't something that is just unlimited revisions. If you say that, they're gonna give you all of the info, and if the template you make is so far off, if they wanna change it and go a different direction, they're gonna pay you for it. If you're spending more than 30 minutes on your template design in total, you're spending way too much time. Honestly, it just doesn't make sense. King David, a design two custom designs for them to choose from. Normally they pick one and maybe one other or two tweaks. This woman wasn't happy with anything. I don't know why you're making two templates. That sounds like a guaranteed waste of time, because they're not going to use them both. I think it makes more sense just to make one. Little tip for you, Drew, if they don't like it on the iPad for Luma Booth, they can use an app called Delete All, and it deletes all the photos. Yeah, but like, I don't know about you guys, but like, that's like such valuable stuff. I'm not going to delete the photos on my iPad without backing them up. And that's why I tell everyone, get the lowest storage on your iPad, right? Don't buy the terabyte. You don't need to. Save your money. Buy a little external hard drive on Amazon, $60. Transfer the photos from the iPad to the hard drive. Then you can easily just delete all of the photos. And yes, you can rely on the cloud, right? For photo share, all your photos get saved there. But I'm not in control of photo share. I don't own photo share. Photo share can go out of business. Photo share can get hacked. LumaBooth tells you that they guarantee 3 months, I believe 3 months, the photos to be saved. They reserve the right to delete photos. So what do? 5 months after you do a wedding and all you have is the gallery link. And they say, hey, can you send me the photos again? The link's not working. Then you go to the gallery and then LumaBooth deletes the photos. If they've never done this, I'm not saying that they will do this, but I believe they say 3 months. If someone pays you $600 and then you don't even have the photo saved, to me that's like a red flag for a company. You should be obsessed with backing up this stuff because that's what they're paying you for, you know? Will do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Regan, do you charge your clients sales tax? I don't like answering these questions, you guys. You need to speak to a CPA, an accountant, a professional. There's some locations that do not require you to charge sales tax for services, and there's some that do. I did this one time. I gave my insight, and not knowing that someone lives in Texas and they hear this, and the law is different in Texas than it is here in California. So the Lux 360, some companies have low storage iPads in a lot of events. So if you want to delete them for next event, use delete all. One button is gone. It's not that hard though. You don't need that. You can literally go to your photo gallery. You go to the photos, select. You can select all. I mean, if we're talking about downloading an app to save you from pressing 3 more buttons, that app is not useful. No offense to you. It's not that hard to delete all in one button. You don't need an app for that. DJ for real. Yep, I still have photos from the events I did 8 years ago. Love that, man. Look. I got a request earlier this year from an event I did maybe 5 years ago. 5 years ago. You would think, right? Like, why would you want photos from 5 years ago? Well, what the story that happened is the client that hired us, their grandma, those were like the last photos they had of the family with grandma all in one place. And man, it almost made me teary-eyed. They're like, she passed away, and we, during her funeral, we want to have those photos so we can like use it during the slideshow. And I'm like, dude, they're so lucky that I'm obsessed with keeping content, because I'm a filmmaker, believe it or not, a video producer. Before photo boothing, I had a production company. We filmed a lot of content for car companies, and I was always obsessed with backing up the content, because that's what I'm getting paid for. So she's lucky we had them, and she was just so grateful. She was like, I was worried that you weren't going to be in business. And long story short, she's booked us 3 times since January. And yeah, so it's important to save your guys', your stuff. Save the content. All right, fam, I am going to be hopping off here. I'm going to be filming a video right now showing you guys how to make your custom photo booth props on Canva for LumaBooth. I think this is an underrated feature. This is something you guys can be charging your customers. We did a Star Wars themed wedding, not like too long ago. Actually, it was a while ago. But it was like one of the ones that I remember where we're taking photos of the bride and the groom, and we're isolating their heads to make digital props. And you can also go on Canva, use some assets, make your own digital props, and it's super, super easy. So I want to make that, show it to you guys. Hopefully you can utilize it, because I do think the digital photo booth is the future of photo boothing, in my opinion. And, digital props, digital filters, digital backdrops. To me, I think that's what everything is leaning to. Digital everything is going to make an affordable rental. And also too, like, you could throw a digital photo booth in a corner, You don't need a backdrop. You don't need props and all that now. However, you should still have it. But yeah, I'm going to make that right now. Let me answer these last questions. DJ for real, especially if that event went well with the client, they're going to remember you. Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I will see you at a later time. Maybe 1 to 2 lives a week, but I do want to make it a weekly thing here. But if you want the daily lives, Monday through Friday, that is on TikTok. Photo Booth 101 on TikTok. Thank you guys. See you soon.